Greetings, salutations. Well, finally, I'm about ready to do my review for the LG Stylo 4. I've got this phone for going on about 6 weeks. I plan on doing this review sooner, but things pop up. But we're here to do a review about it today and tell you what I think about it. Now, I have to say, before we even get started, the price has gone up on Amazon for this. When I bought this phone, it was 180 bucks. And you can still get it on other carriers like Cricket, Boost Mobile and stuff, and you can get it anywhere from around $100 depending on what you do. But their version is the 2 gig version. This is the 3 gigs of memory version, and you have to get that because even this phone, the 3 gigs, kind of has a little bit of lag to it. Not bad, not by any stretch of imagination, but 2 would definitely probably see quite a lot of it. So you could go around, price it. If you can get it for under $200, get it. If you find it and it's over 200, there are other phones above between 200 and 300 that you can get that would have more features and probably be a little bit faster because they usually have about 4 gigs of memory in that price range. But if you can get one for under 200, get it. It's a great phone. That's for the people who don't want to sit here and listen to the whole review. It is worth getting. Like I said, I got mine for 180 bucks. No problems at all with the amount of money I paid for it. I got a couple notes here so I don't forget a few things. So if you see me look down, that's what it is. Some of the bigger concerns with phones, one of the ones is battery. Now this has a pretty good sized battery. I can't remember the exact amount. It's not huge. It's average amount, but I had really good luck with it. For some reason, it just seemed to be really good. I could go hours, half a day, and still only be down to like 75-80%. So you could probably get a whole day when one charge in this pretty easy. You might be down to about 25% by the end of the day, but I think you could do a whole day. The charger that comes with it does charge it pretty quickly. About an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes can usually charge it up from pretty low. If you charge it like a computer or something like that, it'll take a little longer, of course. But the battery on it lasts plenty for it, so there's no problem with that. Actually, it's better on battery power than my Galaxy S8 Plus, which I'm using to film this video. That one, you can get a full day out of it, but it really starts dropping. Once you get to about 40% on the Samsung, it really drops fast. This one just is a steady decrease, so it's really quite good. So the battery life is very good on it. It charges quickly on the charger. The other thing a lot of people worry about is the camera. Now this isn't the highest end spec cameras, but for what it does very good. Outdoors on a sunny day, this will take just as good a picture as my Galaxy S8 Plus does. Even if it's not like full sunlight outside, it takes really good pictures. The rear shooter, you couldn't ask for a better one. The selfie's pretty good. The selfie really suffers though in low light. So does the back one, but not a tremendous amount. But the selfie one really likes to have more light. So you got to keep that in mind. But of course, you're talking a less than $200 phone, so you're not going to get the same kind of camera you would in like an $800-900 phone. But for the price, the camera works really good. If you have a photo editor, like I use a photo editor, even on my Galaxy, I still have a photo editor because I like to tweak the contrast and the stuff to get the best picture forward. If I use that on a picture from this camera, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between that and a Galaxy photo. It would be that good. So it's a really good camera. Certainly as good as any camera in this price group on any other phone that you would get, and better than some of the ones that are $300. So it's actually a very good camera for what it does. I mean, if you're strictly getting a phone for a camera, you might as well really just buy a camera. But if that's like a top priority for you, then you might want to spend the extra $100, get up to $300. You'd probably get a better camera. But if you're willing to do a little tweaking, and I don't mean a lot, I mean just a little tweaking in a photo editor, they're perfectly fine. Plus, this camera has a watermark on it, so you can put a watermark down the bottom of your photo, your name, or a catchy slogan or something. That was kind of nice. So I found that the camera worked great. I had no complaints, and I use my camera a lot on my phone. Actually, I use my phone a lot. And I should say one other thing. I have used this phone since I unboxed it and made that video for you. as my phone I use every day. This is the one I've been using for the last 5 weeks. I have not used the Galaxy. This is the reason I bought this, because my Galaxy was having problems. So I've strictly been on this phone. Phone calls, reception's great. The thing that this phone has that even my Galaxy S8 Plus does not have is Wi-Fi calling. Now, if you don't know what that is, it uses your Wi-Fi if your cellular signal is really poor to still get your phone calls, make phone calls. That was my biggest complaint about this Galaxy. In where I am in this house, for some reason the reception is not that great for T-Mobile, which is what I use. Actually, I use Mint SIM, but it uses T-Mobile towers. But it doesn't have Wi-Fi calling, which I don't understand why a phone this expensive doesn't, but this phone has Wi-Fi calling, and it works brilliantly across the Wi-Fi. So that's another perk about this phone over something that's even more expensive. You get Wi-Fi calling, which is a wonderful option to have. Let's see. Oh, the stylus. Now, the stylus is down here in the bottom, and if you ever had a Galaxy Note, it is very similar the way it works. You just pop it out, and like the Galaxy Note, when you first open it up, if you don't drop the stylus like I just did, you can write on the front and make a note, and then when you turn it off, put the stylus back in, it will save that as a note that you can open up again. So turn the phone off and then open up again, you can go right back to your note, and you can hit save. If we hit save, you can save it to Galaxy or the writing, and then it saves it. But the stylus slides right back in the bottom. I actually use the stylus more than I did in the Galaxy Note I had. Galaxy Note I had, I don't know, the stylus didn't seem to really work as well as I wanted it to. This one really works very well. It writes across it if you do GIFs or if you screen capture with it. But just writing the notes, which is what I use most of the time, is I'll just slide the stylus out, and then I'll write down some quick notes and put the stylus back in, and it just saves it. Is phenomenal. And the stylus, it's all right. It's not, it's smaller, but it just seems to work very well on this phone. Even when you're using it to, like, if you want to type, or if you're going through scrolling through a website, it's just that stylus is just the perfect fit for this phone. So the stylus is very good on the phone. And of course, I am wearing or using the case over the back of this to protect it, which is really good. I also did an unboxing of this case. You should get a case for this phone. You should get a case for any phone you got, but especially this phone, because the back is prone to scratches. So I put this case on. I haven't taken it off since. So make sure you get a case for it. Let's see. What else? One thing I want to do here. Let's see. Stylus for the things. Oh. How does it work? As you know, this comes with 8.1 as the Android on it. It will get the Pi update to 9 sometime in the next couple months. This works really good, but if you get on here and surf for like 2 or 3 hours straight, watching YouTube videos, checking Instagram, and getting to Facebook, it will lag a little bit. Now, when it lags, it's nothing big. If you just go in and close your apps, you're perfectly fine. But sometimes, like if you close YouTube, I mean, go back to the main homepage, you'll get a little. It'll come back, and you won't see these icons, and then a second later they'll pop on. So you get a little bit of lag, but you got to remember, once again, this is a $880 phone, so it's not perfectly smooth, but it was nothing major. And all the apps I run on this, and I have 117 apps I downloaded to this phone. All the social media ones, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Facebook, all Twitter, all those, they all work perfectly fine on here. No issues at all. And I kind of like the wallpaper choices that they have for the LG. They're different than Samsung. They've got some good ones. Like this one right here is actually a very nice wallpaper, and it was free, so it was kind of nice. But these work very well, this phone. But the apps on here work great on it. There's no problem with the apps. Anything you put on here worked good. Gaming apps work fairly good. Now, I don't do a lot of gaming, so I can't say like Fortnite or anything like that, because I don't play those types of games. I got like 2 games on the phone. One's a Facebook game, another one's Solitaire, I think it is. Yeah, Solitaire. I don't use my phone for gaming because I'm not a big gamer. I do have Minecraft on here to use it, but with Minecraft, even on any size phone, it's just not the same. You need to have a little bit bigger screen for that. So it does run games. It runs all the apps. The camera, like I said, runs smooth on it. One of the other things is the speaker. Now, I will tell you this. The speaker is on the bottom, and it's good, but it's not super loud. I run, like on this Galaxy phone, I'd run it about halfway up to watch videos and stuff with. I'm probably 3/4 of the volume, maybe a little bit more on this one, so you do have to turn up a little bit more. But this has a great setup for headphones. It's got a separate tuning for it, and when you put headphones on, you can choose the way the headphones sound. You can put the noise so it feels like it's coming from the front, the back, or all around. It is amazing. This sounds better with headphones on it than any phone I've ever had. So if you're, somebody that likes to listen to music, or if you're, watching videos and you want to be able to hear stuff, headphones on this thing are amazing. They really work well. So headphones on this is the way to go if you're going to do that. But even if you're not, you can still watch videos and stuff on it just fine. You just got to run the volume a little bit higher than you would on another phone. Once again, $180 phone. So it's a small price to pay to save a lot of money. Let's see, was there anything else I felt we needed to... Let me check my notes real quick. There you go. Nope, that's about it. And like I said, the other thing was the price. The price is the big thing on this. For $200 or less, you can't go wrong. LG Stylo 4 with the 3 gigs of RAM. That's the important part. If you can get it for less than that, you will be very pleased with this phone. If you can't, and this is a truly unlocked phone too, by the way. It'll work with any carrier in the US anyway. So this is unlocked. Even though I got it through Amazon, the Amazon apps that are on here, it's not like it used to be. Like if you bought a phone from Amazon, they would pop up ads and stuff on it. It doesn't do that anymore. They're just, the apps themselves are pre-installed. And I use Amazon Prime, the music, and I have Echo devices. So those were already installed. I would use them anyway. But it doesn't, you can disable those and turn those off. Not a big deal. So if you can get the phone for less than $200 with the 3 gigs of RAM, I would say you're definitely going to get your money's worth. Plus, you will be getting the update to Pi. So LG says anyway. If it's above that, if you get to about the 300, there's a lot of more choices to choose from. Slightly better batteries, slightly better cameras. You're probably better off to spend the few dollars more to get to 300 to get yourself another phone. But if you're looking for $200 or less, you can't go wrong. Like I said, I've had very few issues with this thing, if any. Like I said, it's got a little bit of lag every now and then, but the battery's good on it. It never really seems to get super hot. My Galaxy S8 Plus, if you watch like 2 or 3 hours of video and stuff on it, the back of the phone gets very warm. This never really did. The cameras are pretty good in most situations. Volume is a little lower than some other phones, but it's not like terrible, and the quality's pretty good. Headphone is amazing. Really, it is. It's the way to go if you like music. Headphone on this, you just can't go wrong. So there you go. If you're looking for a phone, I would suggest that you get this phone. If you can get it for $200 or less. If not, maybe move up to about the $300 price range and you get some slightly better phones. But the thing that kind of separates this from is that stylus. That stylus writing the notes, I found I used that way more than I did on the Galaxy Note, which is strange because the Galaxy Note is designed to use the stylus far more than I think this was originally designed for, but this one just seems to do it better. I don't know, it's very strange, but I found I just used it much more on this phone. So there you go. Hopefully you guys appreciated the information there. Hopefully it helps you make a better decision. If you decide to get this phone, or if you've got this phone, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you think of it. I know the 2 gig version was pretty popular with the lower end phone providers, like, was it Cricket and some of the other ones. I think PC Metro had it too. I could be wrong about that one. But all those, and Boost Mobile, all those carry it, but their version was the 2 gig. And a lot of the people that I watch who did reviews on their phones with the 2 gig said that, it did lag a lot more. Mine did occasionally, but with the 3 gigs it was better. If this had 4 gigs and it was still on $200, there would be nothing that would be close to what you do, because with the built-in stylus and everything else, it would be perfect. That would be my only complaint. If I had any complaint about this phone at all, 1 more gig of RAM would have made this phone phenomenal. So if you're gonna buy it, $200 less, go for it. If not, bump it up to $300. Get yourself something a little more feature packed, and you'll probably be happy with that as well. All right, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video.